Hello everybody, so today it's all about the eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to your soul. Trust me, when you've got good windows, your soul looks sparkling. So it is what it is. So if you want to check out how I achieved this emerald green eye that is so sexy, keep on watching and you will see how easy it is. Love you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like and comment on my posts and I shall be bringing in more. Don't forget to suggest also if you've got any suggestions. So, and then you're gonna start with your transition color, which I'm gonna get here. A transition color only just means a color that's closest to your a transition color only means a shade that's closest to your skin as possible. So I'm going to use that one. It's a little bit reddish and brownish, but you need something that's still going to show up on your skin but puts everything into perspective. People, where I'm holding my brush, I'm holding it right all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to try and peep down here and just see what I'm doing. And you just need to blend. You don't stop blending, you keep on blending, and then take it again, clean it up a bit because it's a lot of product. And this one that I'm using here, you don't have to, you can easily get, you know, good eyeshadows at Wet n Wild, at I know Wet n Wild, they have very good pigmented ones. I'm not too crazy about the essence stuff. Yeah, they, first of all, they don't really make things for us dark melanin girls. That's first. Second of all, their products are very, they're not my favorite of products, but if it works for you, it works for you. But I know Wet n Wild has got the best in eyeshadows. You can buy it's just that I did not bring one here, but you can see they have a good variety of eyeshadows, and then they are very cheap also, which makes it much easier to shop there. And then you just keep on blending. You don't stop blending. You never stop blending. You blend until you can't blend anymore. Blend, right? And then once that's done, you've already blended, this is your transition shade. This is a shade that's gonna pick up all the other shades that you're gonna put on your skin and make sure that everything is cohesive and proper and nice. And then now I'm just gonna go ahead, this is my Wet n Wild, which I love so much. This was like a limited edition sort of thingy that they have. These shades were like 40 bucks and they are so good. Not 40 bucks, 80 bucks. They were so good. And the time I bought this ones, I actually bought all three. There was, and one was for free. You know what they do, it clicks and discounts. Sometimes you buy 3 products and then you only pay for 2. So that's what I did, and I went on and I picked up all these shades, which I don't have all of them here right now, but I prefer this one more than because of the brown color that they have here, which I absolutely love. And I just go ahead with another shading brush, a buffing brush, small one, just to put right in the center, just right in the center like that. This one just defines your crease. Literally, it defines your crease. That's all it does. So that's why you need to put it down on your crease. I wouldn't literally tell you exactly where in your eye, because the problem is that we have different eyes, but you know this is a crease because that's a brow bone right there. The top, the brow bone right here is a crease. So wherever your crease might be down here, your crease might even be up here, because there are people that has a good lid space. I don't. So and there are people that has even way worse than me, where everything here closes. Mine doesn't close completely, but sometimes it closes. So that's why I try by all time best to be a little bit higher with my makeup, so at least you can see. Imagine doing all that and no one sees. So I'll go with the brown. This is a brown that everyone should have. You literally have to have a brown in your makeup, in your eye look, in your eye makeup look, in your quads or whatever you do. because normally the quads you might not like all the colors. For instance, you can see I've never really used this one because it doesn't really work for me, but I have used those ones. So even when you buy a quad, you must use a quad that you know that I will use at least, you know, at least 2 shades, you know, at least the shimmer shade and the matte shade, at least 2, because you hardly ever find a quad that you can use all of them. But Wet n Wild, normally their quads are the best.com. You can literally use all of them. For instance, if I was not extra, I can literally do a whole look using that, but I'm just a little bit extra. That's why I'm not going to use all of them, but you can easily. And if you're of a lighter shade, you know, you can, there is one that is catered for more lighter shade, more lighter skin. So yeah, so it's not that difficult to shop for the eye thingy. But I'm gonna make time one of these days and just go to this camp and just pull, you know, and just take pictures of the things that you can start with, you know, as you start your makeup journey. But for now, I'm just gonna show you what I'm using right now. So I used the reddish brown, light reddish brown that I started with as my transition shade. Because of my skin tone, you need a richer color to you know, to pull everything together. And then I went on with a brown. This is very brown, and then I use it to just make sure that everything is defined. After that, I used the same brush. Okay, you don't have to use any other brush. Use the same brush and go into this one. This one is not black, but it's also not brown, so I don't know what color is it, but it's dark. So you take that one and you just put it only at the, like, right on the outer crease. Okay, like I said, with eyeshadow, you can hardly ever go wrong. The only time you will go wrong is when, I don't know, is when you're not blending, let's just say. Because if you blend, even if you sort of mix colors that are not supposed to be mixed, if you blend properly, no one will see that. And sometimes you find that the colors are not really doing it for you. You decide to change along the way, or you decide I'm gonna do a smoky eye, and you decide, no, maybe let me try this. You can actually just do that very quickly, especially if you know how to blend and you blend your makeup very well. So this one's you just literally concentrate right here on the crease. You are literally concentrating on your crease, and that's why already my eye looks open. It looks open, it looks good. And then I know that there's a few ladies that skip steps. You know, you can easily think, oh wow, you know what, I just need a shimmer color on my lid, that's all I need, I don't have to go through things. But the problem is that it will show, because all we want is for your eye to look, we know it's not natural, but for it to look as natural as possible, and not worked on as much as possible. So if you don't blend, the problem is that it starts showing that you didn't blend. You've got demarcation lines, you've got lines, you've got things, and we see it. You know, you might think people don't see, but people see it. And trust me, men actually appreciate good makeup. They do. The only time you can hear a person talking about makeup is when they didn't see good makeup. But then if you do good makeup, men literally appreciate it. But anyway, so I've done that. I've used 2 brushes only for doing that. So I used this one, and I used the small little thin skinny one. Same thing, but this one is thicker. So and this one, it helps that you go back and blend some more with it, just to make sure that there are no lines, because the darker colors needs to be kept where they need to be, and the lighter colors needs to go all the way up. That's just literally how it is. And that's just, there's really no way I can explain it. The thing is, you need to trust in the process. Deepen your crease, make sure that you deepen it some more, make sure that you only the darker colors, whatever dark colors you're using. The thing is, you don't have to use the colors that I use, but try and transition them from light to dark. Literally, that's the way to go. And you have to have darker colors going on here and lighter colors going out here, whichever you start. So even if you start with your darker colors, just make sure that you clean up here with we blend up here with your lighter shades. So I'm just gonna quickly again go ahead and just I'm thinking maybe I must go for green, that amber green. You're not amber green. What is amber green? That's this little green looking one like this. I love green. it looks nice. Looks nice on our shades. I also love blue. Blue looks nice on a darker skin tone. I've got a lot of green and blues and colors for days. All these are shimmery shades, and this is my Urban Decay. But you can get all these beautiful colors in cheaper palettes. You don't have to go and you know, and get expensive ones. So I'll take this one, and this one is see, I use a tissue just to wipe some of the products because no one has got time to be buying so many brushes. So you take that and you just, oops, right here, just to wake up your eye. In fact, I could leave it like that and line my eye and move on, but I won't. So I'm just gonna liven my eye just a little bit, just to wake it up. And I like it because it's it's also very cool, because I'm feeling hot and it makes it everything cool. So I'm just gonna look in the mirror quickly just to make sure that I'm putting things the way they're supposed to be. Just drag it up a bit, especially if you've got hooded eyes like mine. You need to drag it up a bit, otherwise it won't show. And it's like, why did you go through all that for? Straight up a bit like that, so it still shows. And then you take your green that you have, because you want to be extra accurate, but you can always leave it like that. And then you just, this one just helps to just pop it up a bit more, and it acts like a glue to it. And then you just pop it up a bit like so. And you might ask, like, why did you go through all those steps just to come and hide it with a thingy? It's very important to go through all those steps. It defines your eye. It makes sure that everything is sitting where it's supposed to. It might look like, why? Because you can just, trust me, if you go ahead and just put a shimmer shade without going through all the steps that I'm going through, it will not last. First and foremost, it will not pop the way it's popping. Secondly, and thirdly, it just won't, it just doesn't look good. It literally doesn't. Then you go back to that darker shade, and then you just warm everything up together again, so that everything is in unison together. Because you always have to blend, always blend, like always blend. And then you just blend it up out a bit like so. And see, this is how my eye is looking like. Break it down a bit, but because the foundation will take that out in just a few seconds. And then go back with your transition brush. This is your friend, because this one makes sure that everything gets pulled together. As you can see, this is how my eye is looking like. And makeup is a process. I cannot stress that enough. Sometimes you don't see where it's going until you have arrived at your destination. It is what it is. Literally, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead quickly and just pop my liner quickly. And I'm just gonna use this brush. It's not really my favorite of all brushes, but the brush that comes with my LA Girl gel liner is not, sometimes they just do their own thing sometimes, but it comes with the gel liner and it works for a couple of months, then later it just doesn't work anymore. This is my LA Girl one, and I've got this for 60 bucks at Just and I prefer, if you're gonna do a liner is very important, okay? But if you can't do it, it's okay. But it's also very important to try and learn to do a liner. It lifts your eye and it just makes everything cohesive. And if you're one that's gonna put lashes on, it also helps to hide some of the things that happened when you're putting the lashes on, because trust me, the lashes are a problem. They are still a problem for me a lot, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead try not to hide what I'm doing. So you try and start on the outside. I'm using an angled brush like that. Try and start on the outside, then just bring the liner in like so. So what I mean is that you start with how you want your shape of a thing to look like before filling it in, and then you just go, depending on how long you want it to be, you stop there or you continue. So I'm gonna stop here because my eye is already dramatic as it is. I don't want to make too much drama, but you can pull it like that and then just bring it forth on your eye like so. And then you just have to wipe your brush in the instant where you've got like a glitter or shimmery color where it's just gonna contaminate everything. Just try and wipe it out and then come back, and then there you go. There's your liner. Okay, right now it's not really looking like much. Excuse me, it's not really looking like much, but it is what it is. And as you can see, it pulled my eye a little bit higher than this one. This one looks very basic. Okay, it looks like okay, whatever, but this one is a tad bit more thingy happening with it. I don't know what to call it, but this one went to Woolworths. This one was shopped at ShopRite. Okay, so you're gonna go try and start from the outside. You can start from the inside, but I think when you are starting out, it's better to start from the inside, from the outside, so that whatever mistake you can make, you can easily recover from. And make sure that inside the eye, you don't put it all the way. Put it up until right here. Right now we are still just outlining. Okay, I'm gonna use my tissue again just to wipe the product off because it will contaminate the whole thing. Okay, and then like I said, this is not like my usual brush that I normally use. I'm going to show you the one I normally use. It comes with the gel liner from Illegal, but after a few use it gives up. Okay, and the gel liner lasts for long, so sometimes that's why I find myself going to buy a gel liner even if I have, but it's only 60 bucks, which is not too bad. So that's why I've got a few gel liners, but no brushes. Ow, I went into my eye. Okay, and then you literally just and then on this side I'm just gonna make sure that it's not as thingy as it is, so that I can sharpen it up with my concealer. So when you're starting out, even because I don't think there's anyone that's like an OG of liners, because they're difficult and there are times when it works, there are times when it doesn't. So I normally just go in with the concealer, the espresso one that is closest to my skin tone, and then I go in and I clean up and just make it sharper, or I shorten it, whatever it does. Just like I do with my brows, I do the same with that. And then I just go ahead, just make sure that you do it very gently, just to make sure that it's nice and sharp and can cut, you know, pictures that are really irritating you. All right, so, and it's just that. And then you nip it on the butt. Oh wow, I actually did this on camera. Well, it was not on camera because I'm looking at my mirror so much. Because some people can do it like that, like, yo, I can't. But it was not as long as I thought it would be. In fact, I actually learned a new technique now that I never used. Now I know the technique that I'm going to use from now on. So the lashes are on. I'm so proud of myself. Like, what? Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of, just a little bit of mascara. Okay. Just under my natural lash. I don't put on my fake lash. Okay. Put on my. Okay. Not bad at all, actually. Still not the OG of it, but we are getting there. They say practice makes perfect. I think I was mostly just lazy to learn, and I thought, hey, if I get obsessed with the lashes, then I'll have to do them often, and I didn't want to do it. But now I'm happy with those. Okay, they're not 100%, but they're fine. Like this one feels a little bit droopy, but you know, no one has got time for that. Okay, so I put on that, and then as you can see in the top here, there's a little bit of mess going on there. I'm just gonna pull it out. I'm just gonna pull it because it dries down, so I'm just gonna pull it out. And that black liner helped a lot to hide all the nastiness that happens up until you can put on your lashes properly. So that's why that's done. I'm so happy. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my foundation. That's gonna tie everything up together, because right now I just look how it needs to be. And then you're gonna go ahead and put on your highlighter. I highlight with toffee, which is way lighter than me. And then but that just helps open the eye a little bit more. And then I highlight with chestnut also. Remember, the chestnut is the one that I went underneath my brows with, so I put that one on there like so. And then you want to, this one is the one that's closest to my shade. This is the one that I normally highlight with if I'm not being a little bit more dramatic that I am today. I normally just leave this by itself, but if I want a little bit more drama, and because this is a soft glam, but it's also like a doable soft glam, it's not too much, it's very doable. Okay, there you go. You highlighted that, and then you take this very light shade, which is like 10 times my shade. Okay, I put it right there, right at the top, and only under my eyes, because that's where I need that brightness, because we go through some things as women and as people in general, so you just have to try. And then I'm gonna take my my NYX beauty sponge. Okay, it's tired, it's very tired, it always leaves some things on my face, but I don't have my normal one, the Eco Tools ones that I use. This one is only 80 bucks. It's very soft, but I damaged it because I used jig to wash it, so it's literally coming apart, as you can see. Oh, it sometimes has this black things coming out, which I clean them out, it's fine. I have the Eco Tools one. I also have the Real Techniques one, because I love Real Techniques. Most of my brushes are Real Techniques, but their sponges, they're expensive and all, but I don't see like their use. Excuse me if you heard that. I'm like burping so much because I drank a Stony just now. Before I started with this, I drank a Stony. Okay, so right now we're just blending. That's all we're doing, blending and just bringing the color together. And just highlighting. You can see I've highlighted my forehead. I've got a lot big forehead, so I'm just gonna hide that forehead and hide the sides with a darker color. But right now I'm just going to blend this first. And this sponge blends very well. If I do not damage it with thingy, it's something that you can invest on, and it was only 80. It was literally 80 bucks, which is very, very cheap. But I damaged it because I just wanted it to be clean, and I put jig on it, and I didn't have time. You know, we don't have time to wash our brushes. I know that, you know, some people be like, oh, brushes are so dirty, but no one really has the time to wash the brushes. You know, but check your Eyeliner, all those big YouTubers, they have brushes for days. They can even go without washing their brushes for a whole month, but they will always have brushes because they get brushes for free and stuff like that. So I don't. So, and I only wash my brushes once a week, and I'm only gonna wash them tonight. So I removed the little black speckles on my face. And as you can see, already all that I had, like this dark marks when I started, gone. Up and away, just like that. That's all you need to do in your life. And then you get your darker shade. This is just gonna bring in color because I actually look lighter than I normally am, but this is gonna bring back my color. And this one is in about 2 shades darker than me. Don't get that it's a lot shade lighter, darker than you. Get like literally about 2 shades so that it can still look as natural as possible. You know, we do makeup for it to look natural. I know it's like what, but we do makeup for it to look as natural as possible. It ain't natural, but we like to believe that we want to be natural. So as you can see, now I'm contouring my face, and I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible stick, and that's in shade 240 if I'm not mistaken. This is the darkest shade that they have. And then I loved this for so long. This is my Revolution makeup one. They have an F18. This is the darkest shade in their range. This is actually a makeup stick, just like this one is a contour stick, this one is a makeup stick, but they now only have up until 14. I don't know what's their problem. These people, like, why did they discontinue thing? Everywhere they discontinued it, so I don't have it. So now I have to, this one is a little bit oily. At least this one was a bit matte, but I have to now work with what I have. So that's what I have. And as you can see, it blends out very quickly, and it literally brought back my chocolate melanin on my face. And then it snatched my, it literally snatched my what you call, it snatched my cheekbones. And then you go back, you never stop, you go back and forth with your normal foundation brush to make sure that everything is seamless and spotless. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. It's very important to set your under eyes after you put concealer. At least it stops the bags from creasing up so badly. Remember, you can use your illegal one, but I'm using the L'Oreal Mercier one because I just want to be extra. This is a good powder also, but the illegal one is also a good powder, so trust me, works. Or whatever translucent powder you have, as long as it melts in your skin, it doesn't leave a residue, you're fine. So I'm gonna go ahead. It looks like there's a bit much, but it's not. It melts in the skin and soaks up all the oils that are on the product so that you don't crease quicker. And then you put on that, and it also just makes your face look airbrushed. People don't believe me when I say I hardly ever use filter on my face, especially after I've just done makeup, or when I have makeup on my face. I don't, because when you blend your makeup, it's literally filter. It filters your skin, simple as that. So that's what it's doing. That's why I see all that shine is gone and everything looks like photoshopped. and it's not. And you can see this is real time. I'm not photoshopping nothing. It looks photoshopped. It looks beautiful, and you can see I used a lot of that product, but it melted right into the skin, and it makes sure that everything sits where it needs to sit. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and okay, so this one that I say is it illegal in, it actually has my powder inside. That a friend of mine broke my powder, so I had to, like, you know, try and improvise and put it on here because it was an expensive powder and I loved it. This is my Clinique powder. I had to, you know, it was actually a pressed powder, but I just I made it you know, I made it like a powder like this, and then I put it inside here, so at least I can still use it. I don't use it the normal way I used to with my mirror. I used to have a mirror and I would just take it everywhere. I can't right now, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff everything together like that. You see my face looks brushed to the gouts, and that powder is like the best.com because it literally does not add any more powder on my face. It literally doesn't. It doesn't add any more product on my face, but it just snatches everything the way it needs to be snatched. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush and go ahead and use the same brown that I use on my lid, right? This one. I'll also use this one just to contour feather my face. So you can use the same products for different uses. It doesn't have to be, you know, it's not written in stone how you use your products, because trust me, the same product that they put on here are powders, the same brushes that they use on your blush, on your contour, and they just call it a different thing. And when you just buy all those things, Kanti, it's actually the same thing. They just put it in a different package and called it a contour, when they use the same thing for the contour also, the same formula. So yeah, so you have to be smart about your money, and whatever that's working for you, use it. If a lipstick works, because I have a lipstick that I use to contour with, it's brown, I use it to contour with and it works very well. So yeah, so that was just bringing back my skin tone nicely. And then I'm going to go back and it seems like a lot of steps, it's not, but it's actually very good to go through. I'm just gonna go into this bronzing thingy, and then this one is my radiance whatever, and I'm just gonna bronze with it. It's just to further bring back my dark melanin color, because people sometimes think that you're trying to lighten your skin. Can't you? Just trying to highlight the front of your face so that you can hide all those chocolate eating ways of yours that you did over the holidays. All you're trying to do. Okay, I never put a blush because it never shows up on my skin. Even if it does show up, it doesn't last. So I never put on blush. Well, I do, but I hardly put on blush, so I'm not gonna put on blush here. It's not important. And then I'm just gonna go ahead with my Wet n Wild. This is Precious Petals. This is my go-to highlighter, you know, and I use a brush like that, like a little fan brush like that. You get it anyway. But this one, I think I got it for 15 bucks in the Chinese store. As long as it's nice and soft, it's not gonna hurt your thingy or move your makeup. And then you put it right at the top of your cheekbones like that, right there. Move it here, and you can also put it a little bit here, just for control. And then after you do that, you go back with your brush just to make sure that it's blended properly, and it's not in places it doesn't have to be. As you can see, I have a lot of Wet n Wild products. I just don't trust them, and I would suggest you use. I've got a lot of Wet n Wild products, and I've got a lot of LA products, and I think between those two brands you can actually between those two brands you can actually use You can actually build your box of makeup, or your new beginner box of makeup, which is cheap and the likes. And they also have brushes. They also have good brushes. It's just that when I started with my makeup, I bought Real Techniques only because that's what was on there, YouTube everywhere. But trust me, you don't have to buy only Real Techniques. You can buy any brush as long as it's soft and it does what it needs to do. Don't buy any brush that is hard and bristled. And for instance, I'm gonna give you a thing. I use this brush for other users. This is supposed to be a foundation brush, but trust me, this, or what they call a foundation brush, it literally just tricks your makeup, literally. So you can use that to put on the product, but you'll still have to need a beauty blender or a buffing brush, a buffing brush like that to buff in your makeup, because this one will streak your makeup. But this is called a foundation brush. This is like a worldwide known as a foundation brush, but I 100% tell you this hardly ever works. Maybe if you've got very perfect skin, maybe it can, I don't know, but it never works. So a buffing brush, it's easier because you buff it straight into your skin, and you always see them, they will write buffing brush on it. You don't have to, you know, go further. And it's always dense like that. It's very dense. It's very dense and fluffy and round, but dense. It's not like going all over the place. That way it buffs your foundations and stuff nicely and beautifully. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and do my lips, because your girl is all about getting snatched. She's already snatched to the gouts. So, and she's got her eyes going on there. I just need to quickly line my eyes though. I have to, because they're not lined under here. Oh, I'm sorry, but I think everyone knows how to line their eyes. There I go. I've lined my eyes like so. All right, and then I'm going to be using, because my eye is already dramatic as it is, you must try and stay away from very harsh lipsticks, especially if you already have like things going on your lips or on your eyelids. So balance things out. So if your eyelids are not as dramatic as this, for instance, this is how my eye looks, which is fantastic. It's more neutral. You can go with your reds, because I love red, but I'm gonna go with a more skin tone sort of nude color. I'm gonna start with this brown, and this is called Matte Antique, and I get this for free. That's why it's got a little thing here. I get this for free after because I use Fix Plus and all kinds of make products. So after they're finished, I always go get, you know, a lipstick like this for free. I normally get this for free, and I buy these ones like that. I always buy this one, I get for free. So this one is an antique. This one is the one I use to contour also. So this one I'm gonna use to line them lips with. And my lips are thick already, but I tend to like to overline them. Just to make them more smoochable. Okay, so I put on that color, but it's too dark for me. I prefer to have like a lighter color in the middle of the whole thing, which is that. And then I'm gonna leave my lips matte. And this is my Revolution what you call this, matte lipstick, matte liquid lipstick, and this is an Eyeliner. These are very cheap, and they are literally dupes for MACs. Okay, even their colors, because this one can easily go for it's an Mademoiselle. I forgot. Yeah, but it can easily dupe. It's just that I don't have my MAC ones here. I don't know where they are. It can easily be a dupe for one of these MAC ones, and this is like 116 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so your girl is done now. Just gonna bring the hair forth. I did not do anything to my hair. I just had to have some hair going on. This is a wig I made, and I did not slay it down or anything. It's still just sitting on my head because I'm not really going anywhere. I just did this makeup and this makeup look just for you guys. So this is how the girl is looking so far. Close up nyana, close back nyana. Eye thingy going on. I'm skeptical to close my eye because there's a lot of things going on at the top here. Oh, this one, but it doesn't really show. This is how my look came out. As you can see, it was very easy, very simple. I used a few products, but you can achieve this look by using very minimal products, and depending on your skin type and your skin tone,